Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are continuing our coverage of the CFL with David Schwab. Right now, we're going to take a look at Week 15. Some interesting matchups, interesting lines, tough lines this week. David Schwab, thanks for being back with us.
Yeah, good to be back here.
Now, there's a lot of picks that I'm leaning towards this week, but I think I'm only going to go with one for an official pick. We'll see if you agree with that. Ones I was thinking about, but not going to go with. Thinking about Winnipeg, Ottawa under. You know, both these offenses have stalled, even though the total's 45, very low total. Could easily see this game winding up in the 20s. But I'm just, that's my lean, but I'm not going to go with it. Toronto also off of a bye against Edmonton, who's off a shutout win, but, Edmonton playing very well. Toronto -3.5 at home. I'd love to take Toronto, but leaning that way, not going to take it. And also Hamilton playing very well. BC loses their starting running back, Andrew Harris, so I'm tempted to take Hamilton at -3. Not going to do that one either. The only pick that I'm going to go with this week, I think, is going to be Winnipeg +3.5. Now, Ottawa, this line went up from about 3 or 2.5, so someone's been betting Ottawa, which is a little bit surprising. Winnipeg lost to Hamilton when they were off a bye, and that one surprised me a little bit. I kind of like Winnipeg in that one. They're kind of in a desperate situation here. Not sure that Ottawa, should be this kind of a favorite against anyone, so I'm going to go with Winnipeg +3.5 as my one official pick for this week in the CFL. What do you think about that one, David Schwab?
Yeah, Peter, you must have been reading my mind this week. I know we went head-to-head last week on Montreal, and you got me on that one. That every game stayed under last week. So,
yeah.
My first instinct when I looked at this game was Winnipeg, Ottawa, both really struggling to score. Kind of looked at the under, and I still would take a play on the under, even with the total of 45 would be all right. But I'm right with you. I saw that, Ottawa giving points. Even if this was an even up, or even if Winnipeg gave a point or two, I'd still go with the Blue Bombers in this situation. They're desperately in need of a win.
Yeah.
They're still in the playoff hunt. They're only 1 or 2 games back. So there's a lot more on the line for Winnipeg in this game. I think Drew Willie's got to play, continue to play better. He's still banged up a little bit, but
yeah.
I think they may still struggle to score points, both these teams. But I kind of think in the end, Winnipeg's going to find a way to squeeze out a win.
Yeah, Drew Willie, he is having injury issues, but he also passed for 300 yards last week, so, he's definitely a question mark here. And if he is seriously banged up for this one, then probably Ottawa does get the win and cover, but I'm willing to go with the Winnipeg +3.5. So is that one of your picks this week?
Yeah, that was one of my picks, and the other game I looked at, I kind of stayed away from Toronto. I kind of stayed away from Hamilton, same kind of reasons you mentioned. So I looked at Calgary and Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan is, I think, in major trouble. They really have just looked really bad without Darian Durant, a quarterback. I guess I just read somewhere that they're going to be starting a rookie. They've got some major issues. Calgary, I don't know what the exact status of their quarterback, Bo Levi Mitchell. They haven't looked so good without him. He may be back this week. He should definitely be back next week. So just Calgary overall, a better team. I think that they'll be able to run the ball against Saskatchewan. They'll be able to play defense. And, 3-4 points on the road, giving up that doesn't concern me so much. Second pick of the week was Calgary getting the win over Saskatchewan as a road favorite.
Right now the line is a 4 or 4.5, so we can give you Calgary -4. It just makes me a little bit nervous because Saskatchewan, in all other areas of they're kind of like the Buffalo Bills maybe of the CFL. They're very good. They have great players at, in all other areas of the field. It's just a matter of, can the quarterback manage the game, keep him in the game? And if he can at all, then they're probably going to be able to take this one down to the wire, and like I said, just the thing that had me concerned was that, after looking at last week's game against Edmonton, they got shut out, and I think if anything, you could look at the under in this game as well. Yes.
I think that could be a solid play, but I still think Calgary, they got sidetracked 2 weeks ago against Montreal, and I think that they didn't look all that good last week, but they got the win, and I think they're going to continue to win, and I just don't see Saskatchewan staying within that. I think they can beat them by more than 4 points. But to your point, the under could also be a way to go in this game.
You know what? You actually talked me into it. I think I'm going to make a second official play here. I am going to take the under. Right now it's 47. That's down for 47.5. But yeah, hopefully they'll play a conservative game plan with the new quarterback, and the game will stay under. So thanks for that. Your insights talked me into a second play this week. I'm going to go with Winnipeg plus 3.5 and the under 47. And David Schwab is agreeing with me on Winnipeg. That's also his pick for this week, plus 3.5. And he's going to take Calgary -4. Thanks so much, David Schwab. Great call this week. Talk to you again next week.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.